Hello everyone, and welcome to another video in my series of videos on how casual gamers can make millions of credits. And this video is actually going to be one of my most important videos because it's not about how to make millions of credits, it's about how to make hundreds of millions of credits. All of my previous videos have dealt with how to make startup credits. They've dealt with going from having only 100,000 credits maybe, or even 0 credits, and then becoming credit millionaires, having something around 5 to 10 million credits. In this video, and all the videos and all the links for those videos will be in the description below. If you haven't already looked at them, check them out. Now, in this video, I'm assuming you've made millions of credits. You're at you have 5 to 10 millions of credits. And this video is about how to convert those credits to hundreds of millions of credits. So how to make that jump. The question you might be asking is, who am I to give you this tip? What's my experience has been with this? And very quickly, I'm just going to give you the context. Back in February 2015, I couldn't surpass 5 million credits. I just couldn't. And what I ended up doing was I ended up spending my money, my credits, to buy hypercrates. And at that point, I was buying the Acolyte Shadows packs. And I would gain those hypercrates for something around 4.5 million. And what I would do was I would open them, and I would sit on the items, and then I sold them in the summer. So I bought them in February, I sold them in June. I waited a bunch of months. And I ended up making 20 to 30 million credits. And that's when I realized, wow, these hypercrates are a great way to make credits. And so back when Knights of the Fallen Empire, right before it was about to be released, BioWare had their promotion where they released all of the previous hypercrates that was ever released in the game. And I used my 20 to 30 million credits that I had made, and I bought as many hypercrates as I could. And I made sure I did my research and kind of looked at which hypercrates were the best to buy. And I'm going to actually, in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you how to look at which hypercrate to buy. But I bought the good ones, and then I sold everything I had in them a little bit later after they had all been embargoed, and I ended up making upwards of 200 million credits, and that was right when the Strategy Alliance cartel packs were released. In my videos, you might see me saying I made 100 million credits. Well, up till now, I've still been selling the items I've gotten out of them. And now my total tally is at above 200 million credits. And that's all just from those hypercrate items. I have not been selling the companion gifts. I have not been selling the scrap material the Jawa scrap material. I've just been selling the armor sets and the mounts. So let's get into the video. The general principle is you buy hypercrates and you open them and you sit on the items. When I say buy, I don't mean with real money. I mean with credits. No, I do not. I'm not talking about real money at all. I'm talking about credits, and every hypercrate I bought in this game has not been with cartel coins. It's been with credits off the GTN. So, when to buy is the first question you guys might be wondering. And when to buy is you look at the hypercrates that are going on the GTN, and generally you want to buy a hypercrate at 5 million credits or lower. So that's when you want to buy it. In my experience, I've just seen that anything below 5 million credits is just will kind of ensure you make a profit. Any higher you go than 5 million, that's just taking credits out of the potential profit you could make. So if you buy something for 6 million, well, you could have waited and got it for lower. Because personally, for example, this Strategy Alliance pack right now is going for 7.2 million credits. I personally have seen this pack go as low as 4 million. You could have picked this pack up for 4 million credits at a certain time. And that's when a lot of people had it. The best place to buy the hypercrates are on the Harbinger server. It has the highest population, and so more people will be buying these packs off the cartel market and putting them up on the GTN, and so the prices are inevitably going to drop. So that's kind of when to buy. Second question is what to buy. And it's very important that you choose the right cartel pack, because the simple answer is some cartel packs are just crap. If you want an example, I'll show you 2 cartel packs that were really bad, and if you had bought them, you would have had a really hard time making a profit. And the first one is the Skip Tracer cartel pack. Now this is a really old pack, and it honestly was just terrible, primarily because the items in them were not popular, and they do not go for a lot of money. Look at this. Look at how many toys there are in this pack. And who wants toys? People want armor sets. People want mounts or cool looking crystals. And toys that are really cool. Things like the ball toss, for example, you can pick that up on the GTN right now for 1,000 credits. Honestly, you can pick up as many ball tosses as you want for 1,000 credits each. And look how old this pack is. And you'd think that maybe a tour like that would be going for more. Well, it's not. So that kind of goes to show you just how terrible this pack would have been. So this is an example of a pack you do not want to buy. Another example, or kind of a more recent example, would be in the Alliance packs. And it would be the Force Alliance pack. The reason I would say that this pack would have been terrible to buy was because if you just look at the companion you get, one of the most kind of popular aspects of these new packs were the beast companions that you got out of them. This one gives you a droid, and that right off the bat indicates that maybe this pack is not the best, because in the Underworld Alliance pack you could get an Act Dog, in the Strategy Alliance pack you could get a Nexu, and those immediately you can already tell are going to be a lot more popular because they're actual beasts. Things like a droid are just so common in this game that it should be an indicator right off the bat that, okay, wow, if I got this droid authorization is probably going to go for a lot lower than something like a Nexu or an Act Dog. And if you look at the armor sets, there's nothing really cool or unique about these armor sets either. And the mounts are pretty terrible as well. They're really common looking ugly mounts, aside from maybe the Manga Cat or the Razoron. I don't know how to pronounce that, but maybe those are cool mounts, but the majority of them are terrible. And the fact of the matter is, those are the ones you're probably going to be getting. They're the more common drops. So yeah, this is another example of a pack that you don't want to buy. An example of a good pack to buy would be the Strategy Alliance pack, because it has the Nexu, which is a really great mount. It has really popular armor sets, like the Darth Malgus armor set. Darth Malgus is a famous character in the game. I think a lot of people want to buy his armor set, so right off the bat that should tell you that this is a good armor set that is going to be very high in demand when it's more rare, and thus you could sell it for a lot of credits. It also has a Mandalorian armor set, and Mandalorian armor sets are always really popular in this game. And finally, it also has a Snow Trooper armor set, for example, which looks really cool, and once again, a Trooper armor set tend to go for really high in this game. It's got really good mounts, like the Jungle Gundark and the Jetpack and the Moonlight Vrake, which are, beast mounts. You can already tell that those are going to be really popular. And it's got really good weapons as well. The Zakuulin Exile's Blaster and stuff are really good looking weapons, and you can tell kind of that they're going to be really popular when this pack is embargoed and the items become more rare, because that's kind of what this whole strategy is geared towards. It's what these will be going for when the items are more rare. Not right now. Right now they're really cheap. You can pick them up for really low amount of credits in the GTN. And that's because the pack has just been released and everyone has these items. But when the pack's embargoed, those smart people who sat on these items, they're going to be going for a lot of credits. So that's kind of what to buy. It's very important that you choose the right cartel pack. You want to look for a cartel pack that has a high chance of giving you good, popular items that you think are going to sell really well in the future. Finally, question you might be asking is when to sell your items. Well, there's one rule that you should never break, and that is you always sell your items when the pack has been embargoed. So when the pack is no longer available on the cartel market. That's a simple rule of thumb, because the fact of the matter is, no matter what price an item is going for, right now, everyone has that item. So it is going to sell for more when less people have that item. And you want to wait till less people have that item. And the best way to do that is wait till the pack is embargoed. So once again, I would not sell anything out of a Hypercrate Strategy Alliance pack, because that pack is still available in the cartel market. So whatever item is out of that pack, it's probably going to sell for more. Most likely going to sell for more when the pack is embargoed. The second rule you should follow as a rule of thumb is you want to wait 1 to 2 months after the pack has been embargoed from the cartel market. The reason for this is because you want to let those kind of really cheap items that are still sitting on the GTN get bought up. You can either go and buy it up if you want, if you have the credits, or you wait till other people buy it, and then once those credits kind of flood out of the market, you can put your items in and put them up for really high prices. And if you chose your Hypercrate right, then your items are going to be popular, they're going to be high in demand, and they should sell. So that kind of deals with the 3 aspects of this system. You have to know when to buy a Hypercrate, you have to know which Hypercrate to buy, and when to sell your items. Finally, I'm going to go into a little bit of why this system is very profitable. And there's 3 kind of components to this. The first reason the system is very profitable, and I'm talking about this aside from getting armor sets and really rare stuff and the gambling aspect of this. I'm just talking about, some other side things. And that's number one, the companion gifts you get out of this. After you open a bunch of hypercrates, you'll find yourself stacking up a lot of companion gifts. You'll also start stacking up a lot of Jawa scrap. You'll see you start getting stacks of 99s of the green, the blue, and even the purple. That's right. After buying a few hypercrates, you'll even see yourself getting purple stacks of 99. And don't underestimate those. Even though they're just so common, everyone has them, they're just crafting materials, you can make a lot of credits off of them if you stack them up. And I'll show you in a little second what I have ended up getting stacked out of this. The third reason this is so profitable is because of the decorations. In here, as you can see, you see the armor sets and the crystals that are available out of this pack, but you don't see the decorations. And the decorations are very, very important parts of this pack because they sell for a lot of credits. Maybe not right when the pack is out, but after the pack has been embargoed, the decorations sell for a lot of credits. And so that's not something to be underestimated. If you look in my cargo bay, you'll see that I have racked up a lot of stacks of Jawa scrap. And right there, what you're looking at are millions upon millions upon millions of credits. As long as I use them right, I buy crafting materials that are popular and that are selling well, I will make millions of credits using this. You'll also see that I have crafting material stacked up. I have 60 of that blue exonium, which sells for 40,000 apiece. So right there, that's a bunch of credits. I have stacks of companion gifts, which sell really well in the GTN because everyone wants to get max influence on their companions. And once again, those are not to be underestimated. Those are credits that you're getting out of this hypercrate as well. And I always look at them as guarantees that I'm going to be making my money back. So that's kind of the end of this video. I think I've covered every aspect of this system. This is kind of the way with which I have made that jump from having just 5 to 10 millions of credits to having hundreds of millions of credits. And the credits are still rolling in. Of those items that I've sold, I've made 200 million credits off of. I still have a quarter of them left. I still have things like Eradicator's Mask to sell, an Eradicator's, I have the whole Eradicator's armor set. I have a Dramatic Extrovert's armor set. I have Rascal's Toothpick, Relaxed Jumpsuit, like all these items which sell for hundreds of thousands of credits. I still have them sitting in my cargo bay. And those are all items I got out of those packs. So the credits just keep rolling in. They just keep making themselves. I go on some new character and I find a cargo bay full of items which I even forgot I had. And those are all from those hypercrates. And I guess the point of that is you really just can make a lot of credits off of this. And you don't actually realize half the time how much you're making. As you can see here, I haven't even sold all of my companion gifts and Jawa scrap out of these hypercrates. So that's adding on to that kind of tally of how many credits I'm making off of this system. And once again, this is just for casual gamers. I have done very little work actually making my credits. I have all I've done is open packs and put those packs up and put the items on the GTN. It's very little work, and the credits are just making themselves. So I think this is just the best way for someone who wants to make that jump and make hundreds of millions of credits, but not have to grind heroics or do operations or craft and spend hours a day crafting, and they just want to relax. Opening hypercrate packs can also be a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to gamble in this game. You never know what you're gonna get out, and the excitement and the happiness of getting like a gold, really rare item is really great. So that's my tip. I really hope it helped. Anything that's confusing, just leave a comment below and I'll answer it. Bye.